Okay, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to look at three passive income streams. And the first one we're going to look at here is going to be using Robinhood Gold specifically. Because if you don't, the gold is just an extra $5 a month, so it's not that much. You only need, you know, $1,200 or so in your account for it to be profitable, pretty much. Because if you don't have the gold, then you will not be paid this interest that I'm going to talk about. You get paid monthly interest for the money you have sitting in your account, only if you have Robinhood Gold, and that costs $5. So it costs $5, and then as you can see, you earn 5% per year. You're going to get 5%, but you will get paid monthly. Okay. So as you can see here, at the end of the month, you get paid. So far this month, now my numbers have been jumping around a lot. Right now I have 46. I actually have more than this, but it takes a couple days for it to update. But 46K in there is in there earning interest. And so far, most of this, so lifetime interest paid has been $800, right? Most of that has been during this year. This has been a really good year for paying out interest because Robinhood have, it was at 3%, 4%. Now it's at 5% because the federal funds rate keeps going up. And so this is a fantastic way to make passive income because you're not doing anything. You could also do dividends, right? Dividend stocks work good too, but then your actual principal, the capital you have as your investment principal is a little bit, it's going to be more volatile and it's not 100% guaranteed. This is pretty much 100% guaranteed, right? You're going to get paid every month. You can see it's FDIC insured up to over $2.2 million, right? So that's really good. That's a lot. And yeah, this is great because you're earning 5% a year is not, it's not phenomenal. It's not like what you're going to average with investing in stock market index funds, but at the same time, it's also it's pretty much zero risk. I mean, it's as close to zero risk as you're going to get. And so that's why this is one of my favorite ones. This is where I'm going to put a lot of my money at, is in this passive income stream, because it's monthly income and it's nearly zero risk, and 5% is not that bad. Let's move on to the next one. This one is a little bit more work, I would say, for the initial setup, because the Robinhood one, you pretty much just put the money in and you're done. This one takes some work right off, not that much work, but right off the bat, you're going to make your Etsy account. Now you can sell whatever you want on Etsy, but the way this is more so of a passive income stream is that I'm not making the products. I'm using Printify.com to create my products, right? We could even go over, no, we'll just stay here. If you go to Printify.com, you can design whatever you want: clothes, bags, pillows, a bunch of different things. And you connect your Etsy store. You have to make an Etsy seller account. You connect that with the Printify. You connect them. It's not very hard. This is very simple. It's not that long of a process. And then what happens is you go to Printify. Now there's short delay when you do this. You could contact me if you have questions, but there's very short delays in this. When you do make a sale, it takes a couple hours or so for it to update and go into Printify. And then the different things with just like when you make a new product and it uploads to Etsy, there's a little delay there. There's just little delays with transactions and uploading and stuff like that sometimes. Not a lot. Sometimes it just takes a couple hours or maybe a day or whatever. So it's not bad. But the point is, you go on Printify, you make the products you want, you design them, and then they go on to Etsy, okay? So I just started this at the beginning of this year. So this was my first year doing this. And as you can see, I made 26 sales this year, which is, not phenomenal, but it's a start. It's not horrible. And then what you're going to do is once you get the sales, you don't touch it in Etsy. You go over to Printify and you have to put money in the Printify account, and then that will pay for it. And that's it. Then Etsy, the money that goes, the customer on Etsy will pay you, and the money will be in Etsy, and then Etsy will pay you your money. And then make sure you factor in, you got to mess around with profit margins and stuff, because you can change, make sure you figure out what Printify is charging you. Etsy is going to charge you a fee. So you got to make your margin. I think my margins are somewhere between 40 and 50% for some products. So you got to, kind of look at that. The way I initially advertised was Pinterest. That's a good place to start. And then the other thing I would say is it could take a while to get your first order. I remember I was shocked when I got my first order because I thought it was too good to be true. And then I think keep making new listings. This is something I've been slacking with. I have not made enough products and listings, but you should keep making new listings. That helps the algorithm push out your products and get more people in front of it. You can also do Etsy ads. You can do, there's something, Etsy offers something called off-site ads where they advertise your product on other websites besides just Etsy. That I've gotten a couple sales from that, and I think they take a very, very small fee from that too. But I mean, if you're getting more sales, then it's worth it. And yeah, this is a pretty good, it's pretty much passive because once you put those products on there, you don't have to do anything else. You're not making the product, you're not shipping the product, and the money goes straight into your account. All you have to do is hit a button and then you're done. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is one I started a little bit over a year ago. And this one, again, I have not spent a lot of time with this or put too much money in here. This was more of just an experiment to see how it works and what my returns were going to look like. Because since I was new to this company, I didn't want to put a lot of money at risk. And as you can see, I bought one share of, this is like it's like a REIT, right? It's a real estate investment trust, but you can buy shares of these different properties, okay? And they pay you, the properties get rented out. So they pull a bunch of money in from investors, and then, you know, you can buy however many shares you want. This was $10 a share, right? Kind of like the stock market. And then you get paid a dividend, and then you get paid, eventually you can sell. That's the weird part, is I think you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can sell out, get your money, your initial principal back. I don't think I can get my $100 back right now. That's what's kind of, that would be the unfortunate part. But as you can see, we did 4% interest or 4% income for the rental income just in dividends. Then as far as the equity, the appreciation of the property, it's about 2%, 1.9%. So it's about 6% for this past year, which is not bad because that's better than the 5% we saw for Robinhood, right? But this is not as guaranteed and safe, I would say, as the Robinhood Gold. And so this is just another way to do it. I mean, you can see, so I get paid dividends every quarter, 4% per year, right? Now the monthly rent they're charging is about $1,700, which they're saying is up $100 from the forecast. So that's good. This is a long-term rental. This is what the property looks like. And here we can actually go to, I believe these are all the different properties. So you see, you can shop around and see what all your different options are. And what else do we have on here? So that's the thing about it. It is passive because you don't have to do anything. But your return is, you know, you don't know exactly what your return is going to be. And then this is, you know, your equity is valued at a certain amount, and that's what you'll get appreciation returns as well. So those are my 3 streams of passive income, with Robinhood Gold probably being my favorite. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments.